All right, let's rock. I'm Austin. I just had some of the worst candy in my life, and we're about to play another Gundam Wing scenario. Good lord! Has anyone ever had the misfortune of eating a sweetheart sword? That was miserable. Well, okay. I have us on the intermission screen because I made a lot of changes to parts. I figured we should cover that. We got another Alloy Z, so both the Voltes and the Combatant are getting one of those and one hybrid armor. I could make one way more tanky and one way less tanky, but we're using both pretty well equally, so I'd rather divide them. I never put the parts on the Now Argama. Repair kit, and I think we're more hurting for energy, so let's do that. We've moved Jamil over into. Oh wait, hold on. We can do this in a less visually disgusting way. We can at least see the units. We've got Jamil in the Fabril. Not necessarily just because our names rhyme, but its second attack requires new type X level 1, and he's the only person right now that has new type X. We're gonna get someone next scenario that will have it, but we have invested into him inherently by getting those 20 kills, so like we may as well. And I've given it a shuffle crest, a shuffle badge, to get us to that 105 morale requirement immediately. That's hybrid armor. Actually, I don't remember. Oh yeah, and I gave it more tankiness because it's more defensive than it is dodging. But something I forgot to mention last time is that the bits don't require anything, right? Oh no, those do require energy. Why is it showing 30 out of nothing? Hold on a second. Okay, we're gonna switch the hybrid armor out then. I don't know why when I was looking at I was thinking that didn't require energy. I was like, oh man, that attack's way better than I thought it was. But that ain't true. So, as I mentioned last time, the single biggest boost to energy is a propellant tank. So we're gonna switch this with a propellant tank. The combo is the mega chip or a value of a chip and a propellant tank, but we're gonna see that on the main character instead. I guess it is better here so we can actually see what the parts do. The heavy arms has the 1.5 times magazine, so it's gonna have more ammo. 20% chance to crit and 20% chance to hit increase. That's really benefiting the playstyle it's designed around. We don't really have any other options. We do have more cartridge bonuses, but the ammo bonuses do not stack. We can't have two larger magazines on the same unit. The Tau Geese I have given plus 20 mobility and plus 1 movement. We wanted to dodge. I accidentally upgraded all of its weapons last time, and I guess I gave it all of its armor too, or all of its mobility too. So making it a dodge tank is really what we're here for. I might do some math later and figure out whether or not all 20 of these points are relevant. This is one thing that I don't also love, and one of the reasons why I want to make these charts. I say, I feel like every other video, is trying to figure out whether this plus 20 mobility was actually worthwhile. Every point of mobility you gain is, what is it? It's 0.7. It's a 0.7% chance to dodge. So it's and you get 0.7 more hit and 0.7 more dodge. So what? The Apogee motor gives 3.5. So 7 plus 7 is 14. So right now we're dodging by 14 more, and we're hitting by 14 more than we would otherwise. So if that's already going over, if we already have a 0% chance to get hit, and we are that was true before we put the Psycho Frame arm on, then we are just wasting that part slot. So maybe I'll do that math later. The Sandrock, I've given the other Apogee motor and two of the biosensors, so plus 10 mobility, so it's getting plus 25 in total. I think it needs it more than the Taugeese does. I'm not usually one to be like shore up weaknesses, but I don't think that much mobility on the Taugeese is being useful, whereas the Sandrock has the least mobility out of all of the wing pilots, I think, or on the lower side of it, so it needs the help the boost. Which is not to say that it can't do it on its own. Like it is still potentially dodging. The Death Scythe, we've given both parts that increase range of attacks. So now he will have a 5 range post movement attack. The linear. Oh no, this isn't. Is it linear radar? High performance radar. I think it's high performance radar. Yeah. At least these kanji are involved in high performance normally. I don't know whether that's the full sentence or not. This just gives +1 to range for attacks. This gives +1 range for attacks, and also and then also +10 to hit. So that's good. It is unfortunate that we need to like spend parts to get it up to what is I would call like the standard for other units, but I think it brings enough other benefits that's worthwhile. The excellence we've given, as I discussed last time with that giant chart, that giant graph I was making, we put the energy mega chip and the propellant tank on. That is the best combination that we have so far of energy parts. The mega chips don't stack. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think if you could put 2 mega chips together, that would be better. But you're not allowed to. It only factors in the highest level of energy reduction that you have on your unit. I believe that is everybody. The Airmaster still has this on. We could take that off. It's not going to use it. I could put that on the Taugeese, but I value the extra movement on the Taugeese more. And then our 2 support units still have all of their healing. Okay, while this is going, let me open up all my windows in the other screen. In my flowchart. I do believe we need to. I think we need to do something to get a unit here. Oh no. Okay. There is one Gundam Wing pilot we are missing, and he's going to arrive very shortly. You can do something to get him early, but you can't. But you can't miss him. No matter what, you'll get him by the end of the scenario. We also can. We're really going to pad the stats this scenario. There's going to be a ton of kills we can get. This map also looks heinous because things arrive at the same on top of each other. I think this is also the only instance of blue non-player units in this game. No. We also got them from the data weapons for the dead now. That was the other time. Also, you'll see in my documents that this scenario is different if we're gonna bring Rue with. Sorry, pause that thought for a second. We're gonna bring Rue with because she has the fortune bonuses. She can give fortune to people or blessing to people. All right, thought unpaused. This scenario is also different depending on which gender your main character is. If you have Fiona, this is this setup where you don't actually have her at the beginning of the scenario, but if you have Raoul, you do start with him. Yes, you do start with him on the field if you use Raoul as your main character. There are some other small changes too. I probably won't note them here. I think they're like kind of minor, for at least for what we're doing. But there are some differences. All right, let's look at our stage. We have Anil here. This is the character that I was considering whether we needed to do something or not. We will get Anil later, but I wasn't sure if we had to do something here for her with her. Here's Wu Fei, and we have the Frost siblings again. This is, I think, the second to last time we see Brack and Dakarin. But when I said we could really pad stats, we're going to get another enemy from this side of the map. Okay, how do we want to handle this? So we need to. All right, we want to get Wu Fei sooner rather than later. If we don't convince him, we do lose out on some kills. So convincing him is more ideal. We do need to use the Wing Gundam to do that. That's interesting. I think I have some notes. Speaking of two stages, two different scenarios. I think some of my notes are overlapping from Ral's. Why I'm like kind of like shadow pausing here. I have it 2 different times that the main character is showing up, which also, if you were interested, is a fun little tidbit. This is the only scenario, and I've gotten it to happen a couple of times, not consistently, but I had the excellence inside the Argama, and then it also arrived on the map, and then I took it out of the Argama, and then I had 2 of them. It still spent. If you spent off one, it spent off of the other, but it was real good. It was real good. I'm not quite sure how I got it to happen. If I can figure that out, that would be cool. Or if someone knows, I'm all ears. Okay, let's see. Do the Frost siblings retreat? The Frost siblings do retreat. As usual, we can only get one of them. If we can map attack them down, that would be cool. We'll see if we can. The other downside of the map attack is you also can't get a support attack off to, like, make that easier. So I think for now, we're just going to be rushing at the enemy and trying to save Karis in the Vertigo. Oh, right, Jared is forced deployed in the double X. You get off the ground. I don't think yeah, we talked about this before. Jamil doesn't have Excel. Oh, darn, the carrot's on the ground. I forgot. I took the Minovsky craft off the carrot because there was no need for it when it was in space. At least this area is, like, largely open. There's not a lot of terrain to inhibit its movement. Or even if there is any unfortunate terrain, we can, like, walk around it really easily. These buildings are spread out pretty sparsely. Look at how massive that leadership area is. It's so bonkers. Unfortunately, Karis cannot handle herself. She does not look particularly stellar to start. The Vertigo is not bad. It is more mobile than armor, as usual with Gundams. Gundam units. It's not a Gundam. She does have some pretty good spirits. We're gonna try and jam Gain on her if I can remember it. But she is she's an artificial new type. I believe this new type works for the new type X requirement, because I definitely remember putting her in the Fabrial when I first started when I first played the game, because I thought I got it on this scenario too, and I was like, oh, there's both like a light and heavy version for her to use. Let's try the heavy version too. When do the bosses start moving? Turn 5 and turn 6. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit. Trying to get the Dryson off of the base is really a big deal. It offers one of the better bases. It's the plus 30 minus 30. It doesn't give energy restoration though, is the thing. Yeah. It can almost one-shot. That's incredible. If we get enough kills, it'll... If we just start with 5 more morale, that would probably be lethal for generics. Okay. Yes, these notes are somewhat left over from the RAL scenario. In that they use letter references for different units. So, like, it had the Wing Zero arriving, like it just did here, and Fiona arriving later listed as the same unit. That's not correct. Do I want to give that to Hero? Oh right, yeah, I did commit to actually trying to use Hero a little bit more in this scenario, because this playthrough, because the Zero system is really rather good. It's really one of the better abilities. Okay, that's just dead, but that's not. We can push up a lot farther. I do think Majin Power is still better. It is still a way bigger boost to damage. It's 25%, roughly, as opposed to this. So it's 5 points per, and every point is half a point of damage, so it's 2.5. But for each type of damage, and also in the evasive stats too. So much worse than Majin Power in terms of damage, but damage is not the only thing that matters. It would be cool if you could juggle it back and forth for getting more or less SP. That would be fun. I'm pretty sure Rufei has 5 range. Oh no, you were already flying. Can we hit? No, we can't. We could also put. I will defend the long range boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we got some access to some more linear seating, any of the stuff that lets you increase the range of attacks, because as bunk as it is to be stuck not being able to post movement attack, having a range of 12 or 13 is I will say that gets us out. I still think, yeah, no matter what, he's too far away. Okay. Can he? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I guess we can give it to Karis. I'm not opposed to using her. I think we're just now at the point where we're running out of units we can use. I think we're gonna run out of slots pretty quickly. I think that's a good thing, though, right? That's what you want out of games like this, where you're oh yeah, I'm gonna have to play a second time. I want another playthrough to try out this either this unit that I didn't get to try, this pilot, this combo of unit pilot, or just this combination of pilots together. There's just really a lot. There's really a lot you could justify trying a second time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so see, we do have a 0% chance to get hit. I didn't use any spirits on that. So am I wasting some of those points? I gotta figure out how to make a graph for that too. Seeing as enemy levels scale up. So I'm sure I can figure out a way. I'm sure it would also be really obnoxious. It'll probably just have to be that you look per pilot, and that you'll change it. You can set your pilot level at the top, and then that will modify all the other parameters after that. Rather than having it as a hard limit. Okay, what does Hero need to do? Okay, we just need to convince him. So if we can clear out this area, we can make that happen next turn. That seems fine. That seems better. I'm less confident about his damage. Yeah, how much range attack does he have? Only 11 points more. But you don't have any melee damage. That's such a waste of a stat. Okay. You know, if Fa's not doing anything important, I might be tempted to try and get a kill off with her. Jared also gets fortune some. Oh, he does have mine. Okay, good. Yeah, let's use this. We have gotten to the part of the game that I would say is pretty well and truly easy. It's all downhill after that last scenario. Not because I scrubbed out playing it, just like I would say on regular playthroughs too, that is the best. It's not a precipitous drop though, mind you. It is a slow drop. It's a little more wibbly than just a straight drop too. We do go up and down some still. I can't decide if I really like or really dislike how the last scenarios are set up. I do certainly feel pushed, but I don't know if it's, like... I don't feel creatively pushed, you know? That is going to be for Fa. It does feel like there sort of is, like, a right answer, as opposed to the last scenario where it was like, oh, I could tackle it this way, I could tackle it that way. Like, how I approach that scenario, setting aside the just, like, not doing it, like, setting aside the just, like, missing objectives part, is not how I have handled it in the past. So that was, like, refreshing and fun and different. Yeah, we can focus on Hero. We do, if he's gonna be here, we do want him to get some morale. So getting him in combat is not the worst, just so we can get the zero system started. He is at plus 10 though. I guess he comes with 10 extra morale. That's good. I guess this is like the scenario about him. It would be pretty heinous if they did not like try to make him look at least a little good, but it would not be the first time that they have just absolutely bodied a unit on the on its joining chapter, and the one that it's supposed to like be the main character of. See, this is why the Taugeese is good, right? Like, that's silly. I mean, like, it is just because of increased damage, but we can just keep doing that. I will put up a focus in case Wu Fei decides he wants to attack. I really need to make sure I'm not countering Wu Fei. Because he needs all the damage. He needs all of the health he can get. We can still excel that. Quick check, make sure everything's on. Sure, this is fine. We can use this to break Wu Fei's guard. That will do very little to him. And now that Serpent should... Oh, boy. That Serpent should now be available for some attacking. This is such a groove. This is such a bomb. I did not realize how good this was. Yeah. Rue can attack here. Oh, that's really interesting. So this is the Zeta Gundam music. It does it based on the unit rather than the pilot. Because, like, Rue's not in Zeta Gundam, but this is... Gosh, golly, I'm about to say something smart on the internet again. The Zeta Gundam is in the series named Zeta Gundam. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I wouldn't put it past anime, and I wouldn't put it past Gundam to have a series that was eponymously named, but did not feature the eponymously named, did not, feature the unit that was named in it. That would be very funny to me. I don't think it's very good for marketing at all, but it would be very funny, I think. So, if we flash here, despite the fact that we were already dodging, we already have a guaranteed 100, we have a 0% chance to get hit, it will still consume the flash, which is such a bummer. So I don't think we're going to get anything else killed this turn. Let's just get her next to yeah, the carrot, and that'll be it. And we don't want to waste any of that precious SP. That'll do. That gives us a defensive bonus with the two of them, and that's still on Wu Fei. We don't want to attack Wu Fei. Yeah. Alright, that's it. I recognize there are limits to the GBA, but it would be really cool if it wasn't just white text on a black screen. If there was like, even if they had the little picture of the unit attacking somewhere in there, that would be swell. Wu Fei counterattacks us. I think we should still dodge, yeah. Or support attacks. Yes, I will let Rue take that. That will have the damage. They do like going after battleships because that is a loss condition for us. They also just love going after these two very tanky boys. I don't get it. Though they are doing like pretty sizable damage to it though. And then we can support defense back with yeah. It is really hard to be out of range of... Yeah, we'll give that to the Voltaise, right? Yeah. It's really hard to be out of range of the Frost Brothers if you're trying to, like, complete these objectives with, like, any amount of agency. I do think they've got propellant tanks. Oh, they don't have propellant tanks on them this time. I think the next time they show up with propellant tanks, so they can keep spamming their combo attack. They also have a combination attack. They can keep spamming this, and then they immediately propellant tank it back off. We can also burn it for them. Like, it is a 1 to 9 range move, so like we could force an attack, and that would waste it if we like planned well. Oh, I thought he had to convince him. Do they need to see combat with each other? That might be it. Let's try. That feels as toxic as these two boys are. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we can convince him next turn now. We definitely... I know there is some way that convincing is involved here, because we do need... Wu Fei does need to, like, go run off to a different spot of the map. And he does need to set Hero to critical health. I can't complain that much. Like, that's not bad. He's, like, in no way going to be in range of combat, and he's still getting kills. That is pretty good. The double X still continues to be miserable if it's not sitting in place too. There's a trend. There's a theme. I hope you all see it. I'm at least consistent, you know. I can't wait to like look at these in months' time and have like an oh, I didn't actually. Oh, did they? That's good. That's good. I thought for a second I was going to Wu Fei for some reason. Some sort of like treatise written up by someone who knows these games really well, explaining why I've been wrong about these long-range units this whole time. It has very similar energy to me as like Armor Knights in Fire Emblem. It's like if you're playing slowly or you're playing casually, like they seem really, really good. Because if you just like sit there and let things like come to you, they will not let you down. But if you're trying to play with any modicum of speed, I don't know if what I'm doing qualifies. They're really. I've set it up already. I don't need to. What's a? I gotta ingest. I need to inject more humor in here too. What's like a? We don't need to bully the boss Borat as like a robot version of like don't beat a dead horse. I would never hurt a horse like that. The horse that the rider rode in on is in fact a very good boy. Oh, we're just one shy. That's a shame. I'm sorry, that was probably an awful noise to hear on the microphone. So the Voltaise can get close. Which of the brothers do we want to take down? This is Maruch March Sensor? That surely is not correct. Oh no. Multi-sensor. That's a Maruchi. Maruchi is the katakana for multi. That's interesting. And then 3D and then Olbo's got the 3D radar. Let's make sure. Multi-sensor is plus 20 accuracy, and 3D radar is weapon range plus 2. So obviously it's going to be Olbo we're going for. Can we get to him? 1, 2, 3. We sure can. How many support attacks? How many support defenses do they have? 2. Oh no, wait, hold on. Only 1. Okay, so we need to waste on attack. I think we can figure out how to do that somehow. Alright, how's 9 looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not good. Okay, how about Bright then? Nope. How about here? We do need it to connect for that support to take place. So there's that. I guess we could try to go for like the barrier piercing strat again. And then just have the Voltaise sit back here, attack with the ignore the ignore defenses spirit. I think he has it too. I think they both have it, right? Is it just the Combattler that has it? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, just the Combattler has it. Between these two. Unless I'm missing it, which is quite possible. Okay, so we could have Zex break it, let the Combattler attack, and then or let the Voltaise attack, and then have the Combattler come in. The support defense... Oh, no, the support defense won't happen if taking that much damage would kill the support defender, but if you would kill the support attacker, or the support attacker, if you would kill the primary target, the support defense would still take place. What's our most... Oh boy. That is our most accurate attack. Okay. So, if we can try that. You know, we're going to try this. Then we're going to have Noin come in, sit back here, attack. That should give her considerably more accuracy. We can also use a focus on her. We can spend some spirit. And then these two will finish up. I don't mind putting things a little bit out of position for this, just because we're only going to have Wu Fei left in terms of units we need to worry about, and he doesn't do so much. Okay. We have to try the Rokai Loom first, because that will... Oh, that's not even that much more accuracy. Good gracious. How about here? That's some more. We'll try it. Perfect. Okay, even better. Now we're set. We can heal that. So now we charge and Valor. So he doesn't have the support defense anymore. We do need to hit. So what if we got a little closer? 70 ain't bad. Let's try it. That's a real bummer. Okay. So the two of them need to do it. He's at 115. He's at 112. No matter what, they're both still using two spirits. Two instances of the spirit of the spirit Halloween store. Is that really the reason why I'm doing this? Is to just get like people to draw cool fan art for me? Can we draw the Combatalor pilots and the Voltes pilots go like being perplexed by a spirit Halloween store? Like, please don't draw things for me, but it'd be a really fun idea, I think. And maybe just me. Oh, okay. We also really bungled this. He does have the ability to ignore support defense. I think that would just be a delight. So one of I think I mentioned before this is the other thought I have had about like very good, very goofy art for these games. I played them right. Nope, that's not how that sentence works. I played them in a really wonky order. So I mentioned that I played Neo, and I really do. I still really enjoy Neo a lot. I think it's good if you give it a chance. But I also was not like, my Japanese was not that good at that point. Not that it's like that much better now. Yeah, no, the super attack is gonna really house him. We just need to get some defense in here. And while I was like trying to figure things out when I was first playing it, I had not heard of Jushin Liger or Griger J9. So I definitely confused those two for the first little bit. Actually, we're not gonna do it. That's too risky. I definitely could have pushed a little bit better and gotten it done, but so no reason to waste the Excel then. We're just gonna move over here. That's fine. So we are a bit out of position. Was it Noin that was the one that was hurt? Yeah. Okay. So I hadn't heard of either of them before, so I didn't know what either of the properties were, and I just confused the names in my head. But I really love the idea of the Briger pilots and the Liger pilot switching, and that like Ken's a kid, so like he can't drive a car, so he's just in like he's in the is it Brystar? I think Brystar is the car. I don't know what I don't remember the name of the other one is off the top of my head right now. And he's just like panicking because he can't drive. And then the J9 pilots are just, Kid is pumped to be in the Liger, and the rest of them are like all trying to figure like all of the like parts from the Liger. If you haven't seen Liger before, it's kind of like G Gundam, but there are like mechanical bits that like come down from the ceiling to like strap him in. And that, like, each of the 4 J9 pilots has one part on them, and, like, Kid is so pumped for it, and the rest of them are like, what are we doing here? That's what I spend my time thinking about. I don't know what y'all are doing. Okay, can we do it now? Yes, we can do it now. Okay. They can't force animations on for boss fights, but they can force animations on for this. Look how much health Hero had left. So dumb. I mean, my Ludo narrative, no, not Dissonance. Harmony? I guess the Ludo narrative Harmony is like worth more than the mechanical structure there. Okay, so now that we have Wu Fei, but the G Gundam enemies show up. We got a lot of the Death Army. And then Wu Fei is going to very meaningfully go over there and go start fighting him on his own. I'm fine with this because we do kind of want Wu Fei to get kills. I do intend to use him some. But we also want him to die, because if he dies, we get a whole nother wave. We get a whole nother round of him. If you can do that 6,900 damage all the time, that would be stellar. Is this Ultron? I can never. Wu Fei is the only. And we also got the main character back now. I can never remember the names. Yeah, this is the Ultron. It doesn't look bad ever, but it never looks that good. Right, what spirits we got? We can self-destruct. All of the wing pilots have the option of blowing up if you need them to. I don't know. I was looking at it like that. We didn't attack that. Okay. Very, very similar to the Sandrock. I would say Wu Fei and Katra are kind of reverses of each other. We have the post movement 1 to 3 and post movement 1 to 5, or 2 to 5, and that we're switched on Katra's. Wu Fei does like run out of energy eventually, but for now he'll be fine. We're gonna leave him over here. I don't actually really care what happens to him either way. If he kills everything, great, we'll use him more. If he doesn't, then that's fine too. He will give us some more kills. We do need him to die at some point, so if things don't go things don't go well, i.e. he succeeds, we will just, you can just blow him up and it'll do the job. You can just self-destruct him and it'll get the other ones to spawn. I mean, we're gonna go in with the Combattler anyway, so let's give it Bullseye from someone whose spirit's still. No, we'll use Focus. I think should be fine. That's close enough. What's the time looking at? I don't have to care about it for the length of the video. I'm past that now. I'm caring about extending. Gotta figure out how to making dinner. I'm just getting so hungry. Don't worry, please don't worry. I will eat. I will take care of myself. I'm stressed out about this. I really feel like we got to do something with Anil, but I guess we'll be fine. Anil. I just remember this scenario distinctly because I had leveled up. I had leveled up this. No, this isn't Crowda. This is the Janice Kai. The Janice Kai custom. I had given it max upgrades. And when it had gotten to this scenario, because of how the upgrades are applied, it got double that. And when I looked at its stats, these numbers were in the not these numbers. These numbers were going off. These numbers were cutting off over into the side. They'd gone to the 6 or 7 digits because it just overflowed. It was a real problem. But I think that makes me think that. Whoops. I think that makes me expect there to be more significance to her than there actually is, just because of that memory. Jared's not getting another kill, so let's squeak in here. I think she just joins the team with no fanfare, and it's just in the party next scenario. I think it might be what it is. Okay. Do we have a map attack we can use that might get this done? I don't think we do. Yeah. I guess I don't really want to wait another turn for heroes, but we could theoretically do it with this one. Does he have... Let's see what this looks like. I think we're gonna be just shy of both of them. I think there was a way where we could have gotten not Trace Kutranada, that's the other villain. Zex Marquise. We could have gotten Zex in position to map attack both of them to death, but I think we'll be okay. Olba is worth 200, so 400 less money to us, but that's okay. Oh right, okay. So we gotta break this again with somebody. I need you to know it's so hard not to sing along to these songs. Wow, everyone's good, though. I don't want to use anybody. So these two are going to be the confirmed kill here. Let's actually give him the money now before I forget to do it and then run out of blessings to hand out. I do think I want Rue to be the one to break it. I think she is the least relevant combat-wise. I guess we should try with the Nail Argama first. Because he is the least relevant. And I think that's our best shot. And we also don't want... We don't want Fiona to... Oh, we actually can have Fiona support attack, because she's probably not going to get both of her support attacks off. I don't think we're going to need to. So that actually is a pretty likely way to break it then. Yeah, let's do that. You can have a bullseye. So which one this is doesn't matter, because this is... No matter what, this will never go to the boss. It could have... If it broke it, it would... Yeah, no matter what, that was fine. Okay. Why do you have so much... I guess you are pretty tanky in this form. I still don't know what category F does. I think that's the only thing I don't know what it does. In terms of abilities. But he doesn't have... potential, so that's not what's doing it. This road doesn't give anything. I guess he's just naturally that defensive. Oh, okay, maybe Fiona's not the support attack we thought she was, because she doesn't have any kills under her belt yet. Okay. So, how much is the Neil? Not very much. We got the Horizon yet. They don't have support attacks yet. I really overestimated how much morale Fiona had. And we can't, like, wait long enough for that to happen. That's ludicrous. So we could... Our options are either we could just leave Zex and not have him do anything and just hold on to that fortune for a future something. Or we could burn it and get nothing out of it, just get the damage. I think getting a Neil is probably our best bet. Because when does Ulba retreat? Ulba retreats at 5,400 HP. Maybe we still do it anyway, and we just Valor also. What's our hit look like? Only 40%. We can jump up to 70%. I think this is looking rougher and rougher by the minute. I think the Combattler is the right choice. Okay, yeah, and we can use focus here, and that guarantees the ideal kill. Okay. Okay, that's definitely the better choice. These two still are going to need 2 instances of spirit. Instances of the spirit. Fortune. And Valor. And ignore defenses, for whatever that's worth. I do think we're going to weaken him a little more first, but... What are we looking at? We still need experience. There we go. And if we can save Fiona, that would be ideal. Oh, that never... Hold on a second. That's interesting. That never broke it. We did get damage on him with Fiona, but it has to be a regular attack that breaks the support defense, not a support attack. I did not realize that. Okay, cool. We're learning things. We can throw with the death scythe. That's good. And then, yeah, he'll dodge. Okay, now they're out of support defenses. Okay, and we can... We've still got plenty left. We can focus. By plenty, I mean all. Maybe we should have confused just to save ourselves the risk of this. That's fine. We have a healer. I guess we'll have Fiona. We can have Fiona's Valor. And that's still something. I don't want her to move up. She's also better with range. With range damage. Should have flashed there. Whoops. It's fine. We're not gonna kill Hero. He'll be okay. I wonder if we're going to be able to make this attack if the Voltace doesn't have max morale. No, we can't. Okay, we gotta morale him up too. Why do I like these units? These are so. This is admittedly very costly, but like we never run out of spirits with these guys. We never run out of spirits with these two. Okay, so we are safe to Valor that. And then do all of our other... Do all the rest of the song and dance. I hope you like looking at this menu. I sure do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 9,000. We can definitely take out 9,000. We have all of the... We have the suite. We have all of the buffs. On. Oh no, that was 63%. We never put Bullseye on. Oh boy. Okay. I forgot to put Bullseye on. There was something weird. Oh, right, because I put Focus on at first for the support attack. Yeah. That's a real bummer. That's a real bummer. Next turn it is. Alright, we might need to heal Hero then. Oh no, we don't need to heal Hero. He's got support defenses around him. Katra, and then... Oh, Noin is also looking rough. We'll just store her there for a second. Who didn't go? Oh, and Troa couldn't. We're gonna start moving Troa over towards the Death Army. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna take forever if I don't turn these off. He's gonna see so much combat. The Ultron also is like, really needs very little to be good out of the box. Like a couple of points into energy is probably enough. We will give it more than that, but... It does also feel nice that we can like care and think about where we're positioned. Right, like being on this house really makes this a lot easier too. I wish there were some like more juggling bits. Where, like, we need to really consider if we're, like, standing on a couple of smaller pieces of terrain, but... I do remember getting that sense at the beginning of GC. More than, No, you know what? We'll do damage back. It can't hurt. I mean, it literally can hurt. But getting him maybe weaker, so... We're never gonna get him weak enough to not get the support defense off, but that's fine. Yeah, that's what I figured was gonna happen. There's no reason to risk it. It's not doing enough. That's fine. Okay, what are we left with? We do nothing because we attacked. So we need to redo all of that. We need Valor back. We need Bullseye. We need Fortune. We need Gain. And I'm not gonna fire it yet. I'm not gonna fire it yet. I know they have the support defense up. We need something defensive. I think I looked at the 5 options and then quickly skimmed it and saw we had something, and the something we had was focus and not bullseye. Jamil is like actually doing a lot of work in the Fabrial. I do think that's sort of the point of getting it that way. It does feel a little bit more his because he had to like work to get it. Okay, let's try this. Again, if I had planned on messing up like this, we could have gotten the map attack with Sex, but we're not in position for it still, I don't think. Ooh. We'll chalk it up to me needing to food. I think we're making pasta tonight. I made burritos the other night. I don't want to eat them again and again and again. I froze a lot of them, but they'll get tiring if I eat them back to back to back. That's none of them. Okay, there we go. It always startles me. It does me a startle with how small the bar moves at first for some of these actions. There we go. I was gonna do Vietnamese fried rice, but I am without the vegetables to make that good. Okay, what are we gonna do here now? He can definitely die this turn somehow. Man, 1, 2, 3. This is looking a little rough without something to give him extra movement or extra range on his attacks. Well, maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe he will be the one that's getting the that new part we just got from Olba. What was it? The 3D radar. Oh man, those stupid little spinners give me so stressful watching them fly. They ruin you. They like obliterate you in the complete box. They're so rough. Gracious. Okay, let's start getting everybody up to where Wu Fei is. I don't really want it to be those two getting more kills. So actually, we're just going to toss them in the white base, and that's going to be, I think, our fastest option. And we'll drop them off next turn. This also wasn't I thought there was 3 waves. There's only 2 waves to these, to this everything over here. There's another scenario that also they just keep spawning. Okay, those are all dead already. I do want to stay on the building, though, so we'll just take out one. I am curious if people have completed this game before. I was thinking about this when I started up the video. What are other people's like clear counts in terms of turns? If people get like surly in the comments, they're all like, "Oh, I got faster clear time than you. We'll drop it right away. I will not stand for it." I am curious. Like I have no other point of reference than myself for this. And I guess like, can you descriptively say whether you were being like on the faster or on the slower side of things? Again, like not a like judgment or like of any of it. Just, you know, if you feel like, if you know you were turtling a lot, if your like main strategy was like find the base you can sit on to get the energy restoration and that's it, you know, like you'll expect a certain kind of like clear length from that. All right, these two can handle that next turn. Let's get you next to the Voltase. Nope, next to, I said. Right? Yeah. Next to the Voltase, so he can repair, he can resupply energy next turn. This is the other reason why I really like movement on Carrot a lot. Is he can move next to whatever unit you need. He can move next to something that you need resupplied next turn. Repair them if necessary. He can then resupply, stay in place for that turn, and then catch back up really quickly. I still don't think we killed Hero yet either. No, we did not. Let's see if we just keep it 10 the whole rest of the scenario. The rest of the scenario is not very hard, but it is very time-consuming. Oh, right, yeah, because they're the Devil Army, or the Death Army. They have HP restore. So it'll take you a bit longer. Off. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. I'm surprised the birdies didn't move. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, he's dead next turn. We'll give it to Zex, I think. He needs to start getting some kills. Well, let's see if... 43. Maybe we won't be giving it to Zex. We can get nice and close. We'll try it. What's the harm? We've already wasted... We've wasted worse already. How much more money we got? Oh, we got loads of these. Okay. We're not even going to count. We're just going to send. I think someone's got EXP too, right? Yeah. Two levels. Cool. And then main character can get up there. You know, I'm not gonna bother moving them. I say that, but we do still need to take care of those Gundams somehow. Also, I'm being, like, overly cautious and safe when I've noted I don't need to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we want to be sitting on that building if we can help it. No, you need to resupply first. Then you can start fighting these birdies. No, we will heal. We will heal. Heal hero. Okay, I was gonna say this jokingly, but like actually probably correct. I think we probably should just do this. That I should do some like theater warm-up exercises before I start talking. It does not help that my house is utterly freezing. I think it was 55 last time I checked. And that's Fahrenheit. I feel like that was a weird enough temperature that it could have been either. The options could have been either. I actually don't know what that is in Celsius. Maybe that's ludicrous in Celsius. I do live in the US. Right, we got people in here that we want to send out. We hit none of them? We've hit none of them. That's fine. The farther away one, and then the other two could come in and get the closer ones because they get the leadership bonus. Maybe the heavy arms will not be doing that. Maybe the heavy arms will be, in fact, staying back here. Let's weaken up somebody else and see if we can kill. Yeah, that's over half. We can probably get 2 deaths on enemy phase. Now that's everybody. Yeah, just keep sending. Just mash with Wu Fei. Well, something will happen no matter what. This is, I think, the longest he's lasted for me, also. But normally he ends up dying, or he ends up taking a lot more damage during enemy phase between hero critting, and the only weapon that I have that I can like use to get the combat happening is the like whatever the name for like the 2 big buster rifles. So I think it's the double buster rifle. Oh, sorry, a yawn. It snuck up on me. So normally he starts this encounter with a lot less HP, and I also don't like actively try to save him. We'll save the energy. Okay. With that said, I am going to stop putting the focus on. Oh wait, actually, hold on. We will focus. No, we don't need to focus. We're gonna move here. If we die, we die. If we don't, then we can use one of our other spirits because it'll be the second to last spirit we use. Ooh, hero can get that one. At least his Vulcans like do a lot of damage. For Vulcans, they are very good. For post-movement attack, they are very poor. They're just miserable. You might use both those words to describe me. So I should love him then, right? We'll send the Voltes to start taking out the other one. I did mention in a previous video that you can't block reinforcements. I don't actually remember what happens if you react, if you like get enough again from Wu Fei. I wonder I think they'll all just like scoot to the right. That's normally how that works. If you I think I may have mentioned it in that video too. But if you are supposed to arrive onto a tile and you can't, you will start to the right of that tile and work your way around it clockwise, hitting the orthogonal and then the diagonal directions. Sorry, I said that word weird. As soon as it left, I was like, no, that sound did not taste the way that those words are supposed to be said. We at least get a slightly different version of this in this scenario. It's not that we started running towards. I mean, we did also start running towards things, but we also get to end just running towards things because they're not close enough by. Yeah, these two are going down. Luffy is Woofy. It's a woozy Luffy. He is getting a lot of kills out of this. He'll definitely stick around. I am starting to get fatigued though. I think this will be a good stopping point for the night. Okay, so here's the strat. Wu Fei, heal yourself first. We want to have max HP before we do this. And now, blow yourself up. It does damage to enemies around them. Oh no! Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay, it does damage to enemies around them. Based on their max HP. But I swore that activated that before. Do they not? Maybe they'll show up during enemy phase. I definitely know that Wu Fei dying, and I definitely know I have self-destructed him before, and that has given me access to the other enemies showing up. How interesting. If only for the fact that we're finding, like, oddities. This is also why I gotta do this stuff on camera, just because inherently it's the like being on a deserted island and playing solitaire that's the one time someone's gonna show up because they'll be able to correct you about something. Like, now that I'm in front of people, I'm gonna keep finding all of these, like, weird, strange outlier cases. Like, I played this game relatively a lot in trying to, like, gather data for it. I frequently say, and I don't say this sarcastically, because I do think we often, like, overvalue our own experiences. That sounds such a bitter thing to say, but I do think we put a lot of stock onto the experience we have while playing a game as a, like, version of what that game is rather than what it could be. If that makes sense. I don't think I explained that well, but like I can't tell you that the experience you had playing the game is wrong. Like, if that is the thing that you experienced while you played it, then, like, for sure that's what happened when you played it. And just like the same, you can't do the same. Like, the same is then also true to me. But that doesn't actually get to the heart of, like, what is taking place in the game. So to that, I say that I haven't played this game that many times, and I have played it. I think I've played 15. I've had 15 clears of the game. But, like, I do think that is a relatively low amount if I'm, like, trying to be descriptive, if I'm trying to be informed about, like, every single aspect of it. We can get the combattler up there for the big one. Have some energy first, though, buddy. You're gonna need it. Oh, just shy. Oh, you know, we'll do this, and then we don't have to use the biggest attack. So I figured after a few playthroughs I would be able to catch, like, you know, I never would have expected it to be all of it, though. I would expect it to be the vast majority of it, and I do think I've caught the vast majority of things. Like, a lot of these things are actually really, really much more corner cases than I am allowing myself to take credit for. I wonder if what's happening here, though, is a difference of main character again that I just did not realize. That every time Wu Fei was dying and we were getting a second spawn, it was only with Ral and not with Fiona. Because we didn't get it this enemy phase either. There are so many possibilities to test. It's also very hard to, like, try to think about what the options could be, right? Because is it? I don't want Fiona to get this, so we're gonna turn off that support attack. Is it the scenario, right, where, like, is the problem that it's Fiona? Is it that Wu Fei landed a kill? Like, does Wu Fei dying and thus producing more reinforcements only work if he has not killed any of them yet, right? Like, do they have to be undestroyed? Is it a turn requirement? Am I just wrong, and the self-destructs I'm remembering are not from this scenario? Like, does Wu Fei have to die in combat for it to work? There's so many options, and that's just, like, what I'm thinking of as, like, a second, like, it's like background operation as I'm still trying to finish the scenario fast. We'll turn this one on. I actually don't think we've seen a demo hunter. Again, a great face. I'm, like, not here. I rolled up this morning and said, I'm going to play your game badly, but I'm still going to throw shade at your ability to do art. Whoever made Jamil's face. Ooh, we got some Mother's Soup. I believe that restores SP. Yeah, blow up the president's house, hero, whatever. Yeah, that is 50 SP it restores. Everything else restores fully. Repellent tank's full energy, repair kit's full HP, cartridge is full ammo, super repair kit is full all 3 of those. Mother's Stew, full SP, could be, just 50. I mean, yeah, because like full SP would be utterly bonkers. Just keep leveling the president's house. Right, and then we lost the money from the Altron Gundam, but like that was by design. Okay, while that is wrapping up, move over here. Okay, yeah, this is such a good part of the game. So this ends the route split. We get everybody back together again. We have just so many units to account for now. And we have a really large force deploy next scenario. There's again one of the better stages. I think it is. If there was more time pressure on completing the objectives, I think it would be as good to me as that Gundam stage we played last time. But we have 2 different fronts we're going to be fighting on with like properly difficult bosses. We do get some of our better units taken away from us. At least for the start. Oh, only on turn 2. Okay, so not for that long. But that's for next time. Do we have Anil sitting in here? Look at Pilot's easier. She should be coming at like roughly... no, actually, no, she's gonna have a pretty low level. Yeah. Anil's just also sitting in here with like very little fanfare. She has joined us. I do think the Janice is what it's called. I think it's Janice. Yeah, is pretty decent. It starts with 2 upgrade pips and everything, but it also has another one where it's what is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does get 10 upgrades, so it also just can really the numbers can go real big. I believe, yeah. So here, this is what the problem was. When we fought Anil before, she didn't have any upgrades to any of her units, I don't believe. So when they gave them to this unit, they just said she had 0 before, give it 2. Not thinking was like, give it 2 on top of what it already has, or give it plus, like, set it to 2. So if it is maxed out, it just puts it 2 over. And then when you get it back, you also, it gives you this with also +2, like it rechecks it a second time. So I did have these bars, like, all the way over here, and then I had like 4 or 5 extra ones just hanging off to the side after this. And the game did crash every time I looked at her stats screen, but if you went to combat with her, it was fine, and just annihilated everything. It was very funny. I'm thinking she's gonna be, here, hold on, we can look at it. I'm thinking it's gonna be like more of a bench warmer for us. Like I said, I want to get the wing boys their due time. And we just got them. This game really does just pile on units for you to use. It doesn't help that I'm also just excited by all of them. I want to like try all the new toys out, but there's just not space to. And because she doesn't join during a scenario, we kind of like don't get to see what she's about. But having I think she only has 2 points into her weapons. Yeah, having 25, 50 attack. No, that's pilot. This is wild. This is a wild amount of damage. We were looking at 1800 before, and then that's unupgraded. So like, there's 2 points to like make up a little bit of that difference. But like, while she does have 2 points into this stat, she didn't get those points for free. So that is like a 700 to 800 point damage difference for just a regular attack. Just bonkers. And like, look at the rest of her defense. Like, that's a pretty decent defensive profile, right? Like, that's better than the Vertigo in both ways, and I claimed that was good. What are, yeah, like it doesn't have a lot of armor compared to our armored ones. It has more armor than the Zambot, and the Zambot is like a defensive unit. It has less HP, so like it has less total bulk. But here, actually, here's also the other kicker. I'm like trying not to talk myself into it. I know I was gonna try not to use it, but it, for some unknowable reason, has 4 parts. Why does it get 4 part slots? That's wild. You can make it anything you want it to be. It's very good. It's a lot of fun. If you do get the chance to use it, if they're like missing a slot, I think it's a good time. If you have the money to invest into it, right? Like it's decent right now, but if you have the money to invest into it, goodness does it clear maps for you. It gets real. It's real potent. What are her spirits? She's got Bullseye, great. Focus, great. Valor, great. Is that also Blessing? Yeah, she also has like a good spirit profile too. All around, just excellent. Well, with that little mini episode about Anil, that reminds me, I'll ask here too. So one of the other things I wanted to do, I could be making content about this game for forever. Just this one too, not the series, just this game. Is I don't love YouTube shorts. I think there's creative medium there, but like shorter videos, either focusing on a pilot and all the things they can do, or focusing on a unit and all the things they can do. If we did like the Combattler or the Voltace, that would like they would be the same video, so those would end up being combined. But like for Anil, right? Like she can switch units too. Like we can move her into any of the any of the Gundam X units, and she could be the pilot for them, right? So like looking at all of the Gundam X units, like look at Anil as the focus for the video, and then have all of the Gundam X units available, or like look at her levels, or like what level thresholds she matters, what level thresholds matter for her. Or do the opposite then, like look at all the look at a unit, like pick a unit and go, I want to use the, well, I mean we'll do the Janice then. Right, like, okay, here's what it comes with in the box, like right out of the box. Here's what we get to start. What are like the ways we can tweak it? What pilots are best in it? What parts are best with it? What is good to invest into? Like, what thresholds is it meeting at first? What thresholds could it meet with some upgrades? Like, would those be interesting videos for people? Please let me know, because that's I like think about making them. I don't know how much time they would take to make. In my mind, they feel pretty quick to make, relatively speaking. I think a lot of the work for, like, doing a lot of the work for one would do part of the work for others, just because I will already have, like, something made that I can plug in data for other units to, like, make comparisons. I would imagine those would be, like, I can't promise a time, but definitely shorter. They certainly wouldn't be hour-long videos. I don't think there's that much to cover with it. I probably could, if I really wanted to, talk through every scenario, like not every scenario, but like scenarios where they are relevant. But that feels like at that point I'd rather just do a playthrough with only that unit, or like having clips of it. We'll see. Maybe we'll brainstorm in the comments. You and me together. We'll talk through some stuff. But that feels like a thing that a lot of other content creators for tactics games do. Feels like it could be useful here. I feel like a lot of people, at least when I was introduced to this series, the definitive, absolute binary, one of the things I hate the most on this channel, is the difference between Super Robot Wars and the SD Gundam series are twofold. First, SD Gundam has hexagons, sometimes, not all the time, usually, I believe, and that you're allowed to switch your pilots and your units around in SD Gundam. And that's not true for Super Robot Wars. And, like, obviously that's not the case. And I've seen that repeated multiple times. Like, I don't think that's, I think a lot of people believe that not to be the case. But I don't really hear any discourse about, like, you know, who should go where. I did make a little flowchart for myself when I was trying to do a playthrough of, actually, yeah, when I was trying to, through those 15 times playing it, I did try to sort of pick the, like, similar units. So, like, do all the Nadeshiko people, so, like, get the full extent of all the ways they support each other. Or do all of the Gundam X pilots. Right? So, like, I had looked at, like, that's Karis. I mean, she is one of them, but that's not who I was looking for. So like when I was looking at, no, I was going to look at Jamil. That's also not right. I mean, he technically also counts, but they should be on the lower side. Okay, so like looking at Royby, Jared, and wherever Witz is over here. Putting his face on screen isn't changing very much for us, so you know who it is. Looking at all three of them, and then like had a flow chart of like where are all of their strengths. If I get a new unit, who does it belong to first? And I think ultimately the best answer is to have all of them rotate like one unit to the right. That none of them should stay in the unit that they started in, and they should all go to something else. But like, I feel like I never see any stuff. Like, I feel like I see no conversation about that sort of thing, and that feels like something we could benefit from. So if that's interesting, let me know. If you think it's a stupid idea, please tell me. You can insult me. I don't mind. Please don't be real mean. My parents probably read these comments. They will be upset. But yeah, no. If you do think it is a poor idea, I'm happy to receive that feedback too. There could be better ways to communicate that. I do think I spend a lot of time thinking about these games, and they are kind of easy. Like, we don't need it, but like, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to just get like lost in it, right? Like, just because we can, right? Is that not a lot of the motivation for doing these things? Is just because we can. But I'll leave you with that thought. Let me know. Stick around. Next episode, we'll have our whole team back together again, and we've got a lot more super robot villains to fight with some real wacky designs. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.